Hi there, I'm Fee Peel from the Lived Perspective. I am a white and slightly pink-skinned human because it is now definitely springtime. With short, very short, reddy-brown hair, yeah, and black round rimmed glasses. Hello, look at my brain working this afternoon. In a mint green t-shirt, sitting outside of my balcony on unceded Ngunnawal and Nambri Lands with a plant in the background and hopefully rehabilitating orchid and security light overhead that is off at the moment. Now really super curious to go and remind myself of what my friend the plant is here that is not the orchid, but I'll do that later. So I'm here bringing you Mental Health Month Musings 16, Fee's Pocket Notes on Person-Centered Care. We're coming to the last of our consumer clinician forums. This is the last in this series, but what I'm going to do for the rest of Mental Health Month is I'm going to go back, as I promised about a week and a half ago, and look at some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that gets in the way sometimes of clinicians being able to engage with person-centered care in the way that they might otherwise like. Also going to have a look a lot more at the framework behind Carl Rogers' work, which led to the development of what we now utilise in mental health settings in both clinical and non-clinical approaches in relation to person-centered care. See if we can think about, in revisiting each of these scenarios, what we could do if we had a little bit more information, not only of what goes on behind the scenes, not only of the framework behind Carl Rogers' work, but then thinking about what our consumer perspectives are, how we might actually, hopefully, one day meet in the middle. So that's part of those moments when your phone runs out of space and your video cuts off in the middle. So that's part of the madness behind the Madness Month posts, is to encourage some thought. Some very justified frustration happens between consumer and clinician interactions, both in mental health service delivery and also then in service design, because the pain that happens in these scenarios when we forget our positions of power and privilege then gets carried through into the service design and policy design and service delivery spaces. And it's a space that continually speaks to me of a need to heal and a need to see each other in the space as humans and not necessarily as representatives of our pain. But that's also not an easy feat. I am very well aware of that with my own very complex trauma in these settings and scenarios. So, but for our final clinician-consumer scenario today, before we move through to that beginning tomorrow, I have this one final consideration to be made. These person-centered care is not about your respect for my resilience. Clinician, I don't know how you do it. What do you mean? Well, you've been through so much. Yeah. But, you're still here. You are so strong. You are so resilient. Okay. It's not anything I would have wanted to live through. Oh, no, I know that. No one would want to live through this stuff, but look at how you just pick up and keep going. But I shouldn't have to pick up and keep going. Yes, I know in an ideal world it would be, so much better if you didn't have to go through these things. Yeah. So what do we do about that? Well, when you get a handle on your therapy, I'm sure that you'll be able to manage these scenarios better. Except I've been doing this for 25 years. I have done every therapy under the sun. I have had every medication under the sun. I have had just about every psychiatric intervention under the sun, and I've had just about every diagnosis under the sun. So when does the therapy kick in? Oh, keep going. You just haven't got there yet, you know. And, you know, you're so brave to continue. And sing. So for our final consumer carer clinician, oh my goodness, consumer clinician scenario. If you could say stop, if we went back and played that scene again, and you could say stop at any point in that scenario and step into the place of the clinician, what would you do? What would you say? How would you shift the narrative towards a more person-centered outcome? Catch ya on the flip side.